Ladies and gentlemen, cackling Kamala. Excuse my language.
We're gonna make t-shirts.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Vice President Kamala Harris. The Vice President, Kamala Harris, has been making the rounds. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the things that she has been saying on her interviews. And in this particular one, we're looking at Kamala Harris addressing Asian students. And how else are you going to connect with the hardest working students, I'm going to say, in the world? Because these kinds of students, the Asian population, the Asian community, puts in the work. We all know that, right? We all know that. They do not slack when it comes to the work. And so here you are, the leader of the free world, a woman of color, the vice president of the United States of America, addressing these students that regular Americans, they run circles around regular American students, right? They run circles. And we're not even going to talk about the black and browns. We're not even going to bring up the black and browns and how much the Asian students run circles around us. And so, as Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris decided to drop the F-bomb on these young, prosperous Asian American students. Yes, the Vice President of the United States. These students who work so hard and understands character. Here you have ghetto Kamala Harris dropping the F-bomb. President of the United States. Yeah.
Ability to see who can do what. This is part of what's involved, is that we have to know that sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open, sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down.
Excuse my language.
We're gonna make t-shirts with that saying, kick the door down.
Seen that, heard that, good. So, the Affirmative Action press secretary, Karine Pierre, was questioned today, or was questioned, in reference to the Vice President of the United States of America using foul language to young Americans or to young students. And the Affirmative Action press secretary had this to say.
I also wanted to ask you a question that you were not asked yesterday. It's in regards to the Vice President's language that she used yesterday to young people. I'm not going to repeat that language. I don't use that language publicly, and I don't think you want me to repeat verbatim.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to repeat it or not. I can't speak for you.
I'm not going to. So
okay,
my question to you is that appropriate? Were you surprised she used that language? Was this a one-off, or can we expect similar language from the Vice President going forward?
So look, for those of you who have covered the Vice President, knows the Vice President, she's passionate about what she fights for. She is. And I think it's important to have someone who's passionate about what they're speaking about what they're trying to lift up. You've seen her be incredibly passionate about reproductive freedom and what's happening right now in this country when it comes to women's right, women's ability to choose, make really difficult decisions on their body. You've seen her talk about that with ending gun violence and encouraging young people to not let any obstacles get in the way. And so we're talking about someone who has broken glass ceilings, right? We're talking about someone who can speak to, about what it's like to go through that process. And so she's incredibly passionate, and I will leave it there. And, I could not be more proud to have her as someone that I look up to as vice president, and I think many people here would say the same.
I read her remarks, I watched her remarks, and I agree with the sentiment that she was conveying to those young people. Could she have done that without dropping the F-bomb?
Look, she was passionate. She's passionate about what she believes, and that's what I think you heard from this vice president, and I think it's important.
Seen that, heard that, good. The vice president is breaking glass ceilings. Her cursing is just a part of her fight, the warrior woman that's in her. Oh, she is my idol. She is an idol to all of us, girls and women. She is the prime example of what we need to aspire to be. The vice president breaking ground ceilings. She is the first Black vice president, and she's doing amazing, important work. Look at the work that she's doing with reproductive rights. She is an advocate for women to kill their babies. She is our biggest supporter. We are so proud of the work that she's doing when it comes to advocating to kill our babies. And then she advocates for our gun rights. Yes, she does. And she tells you, you can't have no gun. If people are coming to shoot you, she is advocating to take away your guns because, again, it's okay for them to shoot you, but you can't defend yourself. So we're working on that to make sure that we remove guns from every American citizen, law-abiding American citizen's hands. And we're going to make sure that the criminals do have their guns, though. She's doing very important work there. And as you watch her blossom into the kind of vice president she is, I mean, look at the work she's doing on the border. She's doing amazing work. I mean, we have the border wide open to the whole world. Who else could be such an amazing border czar than our very own Vice President Kamala Harris? I mean, Kamala is winning at every turn. The vice president is somebody to look up to for our young girls. She is passionate. She is passionate about her work. She's passionate about being vice president. She's passionate about being a woman. She's passionate. And so therefore, when she curses, when she drops the F-bombs, when she do these things, it makes us even more proud of the kind of leader she is. Because she is a leader that doesn't take any nonsense. She is passionate. And so I tell you, friends, I am so proud, so proud to be under her leadership when it comes to all of this. What a wonderful example of what we should aspire to be as Americans. Kamala Harris is the prime example of what we, the people, should aspire to be. Well, I pray and I hope that this explains how we, the White House, feel. We stand behind Kamala Harris and what she does and say, because these are the kinds of messages that we have to continue to put out to the public so that the public understands where we stand. So, Kamala Harris is a great example for all women everywhere. And we are so proud of the work that she's doing in our party and for the American people. Vote Kamala Harris once again. Seen that, heard that, good.